Hey everyone, welcome back. In today's video, we're taking a closer look at AI tools for QA automation.
There's so much marketing out there promising that AI will just magically solve all your software testing problems. But if you actually listen to what real users are saying, well, the story's a lot more complicated. Some teams absolutely love these tools, while for others, they just end up frustrated.
So, the big question is, are they worth it? To get to the bottom of this, we've dug into the real experiences of hundreds of users to find out what's really working and what's not. First up, let's dive into the good news.
All right, first up, let's talk about something everyone wants: speed. Users are reporting a massive increase in how fast they can create tests. And I'm not talking about a little bump here. We're talking about a number like this: 50 times faster. Yeah, 50x.
And get this, that number isn't just some marketing fluff. It comes from an actual user review. Just imagine that for a second, building your test automation 50 times faster. For teams that maybe don't have a ton of coding experts, this is a total game changer, because you can write tests in plain English instead of wrestling with complicated code.
Okay, another huge win for users is this thing called self-healing tests. So what does that mean? Well, when your developers make small changes to the app, like say they rename a button, the AI is actually smart enough to find that change and fix the test for you automatically. This feature alone, it saves teams countless hours of that super tedious maintenance work.
And the benefits, they don't even stop there. Because these tools are just easier to use, you can have people like business analysts or product managers, the folks who really know the product, jump in and help write tests. Plus, you can often use one single tool for all your testing needs. We're talking web, mobile, and even APIs. That simplifies things a lot. The AI can even help figure out which tests are most important to run first, which means your developers get feedback way faster.
Okay, so that all sounds pretty great, right? But now it's time for a reality check. Let's flip the coin and look at the other side of the story, the big, frustrating problems that users are running into.
And this is where you see a huge gap between the marketing promises and what people are actually experiencing. The ads promise they'll work everywhere, but in reality, they often struggle with really complex apps. They promise you'll have full control, but then users feel kind of locked in with limited options. And while they're supposed to be reliable and stable, a lot of people are reporting crashes and, false failures.
And that brings us to a really crucial point: reliability. Think about it. If your testing tool's always crashing or sending you fake alerts, it just wastes everyone's time. We saw a user of TestRigor mention this exact problem, and pretty soon your team just starts ignoring the test results, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of automation in the first place, right?
Another major complaint you see all the time is the lack of flexibility. This Reddit user talking about a tool called Tosca just hits the nail on the head. If you're an experienced developer and you're working on something unique or complex, being stuck in this rigid system is a huge problem. You really need that freedom to customize things and make it work for you.
And the frustrations don't stop there. Let's talk about money for a second. These tools can be pretty pricey, often running you $300 or $400 a month, or even more. On top of that, a lot of teams find it's a real headache trying to get them to work with their existing tools and workflows. And if your app has custom or dynamic UIs, their performance can be, pretty disappointing.
So, after looking at all of these pros and cons, what's the verdict? Who should actually be using these tools? Let's break down who they're really a good fit for.
Okay, the takeaway here is actually pretty clear. It really all boils down to a trade-off. Do you want something that's easy to use, or do you need more control? If you're a small to medium-sized team, or if your testers aren't expert coders, then these tools are a definite yes. They make automation accessible to everyone. But if your team is packed with strong coders and you're working on a super complex app, you're probably going to be better off sticking with traditional tools that give you way more power and control.
And hey, if you do decide to give them a try, where should you even start? Well, based on what users are saying, TestRigor is a fantastic choice for small teams that want to use plain English. For bigger companies that need really reliable AI features, Mabel is a top contender. And if you just want to dip your toes in the water without a subscription, Catalan Studio has a pretty solid free option with some AI features already built in.
Okay, before we wrap things up, let's go over a few quick tips. If you decide to explore these tools, here's a simple little roadmap to help you succeed and, more importantly, avoid some of those common pitfalls.
First thing, always use the free trial to test on your actual application, not the perfect little demo they show you. That's key. Second, start small. Automate just a few simple, low-risk things first to build some confidence and see how it goes. Third, whatever the salespeople tell you, just plan for extra setup time. It almost always takes longer. And finally, number 4, have a backup plan. Know exactly what you'll do if this whole AI approach just doesn't end up working for your team. Which
brings us right back to our original question. Are these AI tools the magic bullet, the amazing solution they claim to be?
And the answer is pretty clearly no. They aren't magic. But, and this is important, that doesn't mean they're useless. Not at all. For the right teams working on the right kind of project, they offer very real value and can save an absolute ton of time.
So really, the key is to go in with your eyes wide open. Have realistic expectations. You have to understand that this technology is still evolving. You should probably expect some frustrating moments along the way, but know that those will likely come alongside some genuinely powerful time savings.
Thanks for hanging out with us on the Best AI Apps Review channel. Don't forget to subscribe and stay curious. The future of AI is just getting started.